have fought for and died for our safety and freedom. If you are a veteran or an active member of military, please stand. Or wave your hand. We thank you for your service. Will everyone please join them in standing for the posting of the colors?
Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please be seated. The Merritt Band will now play Tribute to the Armed Forces, a medley of the official military songs and hymns. We ask that when the Song of Your Branch is played, you stand to be recognized.
David Dudley. David and his wife of 18 years, Tiffany, moved to the Elk City area in 2007 from Woodward, Oklahoma. His wife, Tiffany, is currently the secretary for Merritt Elementary, and David is the area manager for energy transfer. David has 2 children, sophomore Cooper Dudley and 8th grader Kennedy Dudley. Please welcome E4 Engine Man, 3rd Class Petty Officer David Dudley.
Thank you. You're going to have to bear with me. I'm not a public speaker, so I'll do my best with this. As she said, my name is David Dudley. I live in the Merritt area with my wife, Tiffany Dudley, and 2 children, Cooper and Kennedy Dudley. I was raised in Woodward, Oklahoma, and attended school at Woodward High School. After I graduated from Woodward High School in 1988, I attended Northwestern Oklahoma State University for a short time. It quickly became apparent that I was not ready or responsible enough for college. I worked most of my teenage years at the Chain Ranch north of Woodward, Oklahoma. After college, I thought I would return to the ranch where I was comfortable. I soon learned that not only my family, but Wes Sanders, the boss of the ranch, expected more out of me. He quickly told me I needed a college education to work on that ranch. It was a hint to do something with my life. My grandfather, father, uncles had all served in the Army. My grandfather was a recipient of the Purple Heart and Silver Star. They all had made suggestions to join the Army or Air Force, but me at that age being rebellious and thinking I had all the answers, that sound familiar, decided to join the United States Navy. Booyah. The Navy offered many trade skills I could use later in life. I arrived at Great Lakes Recruit Training Command boot camp, and 9 weeks later graduated with Company 190. I then attended the Great Lakes Training Center where I graduated from Engine A School, where I learned to work on engines that were used for propulsion of the ship. Power generation, cranes, pumps, heat and air, evaporators, ship's rudders, and small boats. I then received my permanent orders and was stationed on the USS Newport, LST 1179, at Little Creek, Virginia, Naval Amphibious Base. The USS Newport was commissioned in June of 1969. She weighed 8,400 tons and was 522 feet long. She traveled at a speed of 22 knots, or 25 miles an hour. She carried 14 officers, 210 enlisted, and approximately 350 troops. The USS Newport was designed to land on the beach and unload troops and equipment. I was assigned to A Division. In September of 1992, we decommissioned the USS Newport, and I was assigned in orders to the USS Nashville, LPD 13. Stationed out of Norfolk, Virginia, as part of A Division again. The USS Nashville was commissioned in February 1970. She weighed 17,479 tons and was 570 feet long. She could travel at a top speed of 21 knots or 24 miles an hour. Imagine crossing the Atlantic Ocean at 24 miles an hour. It's a long trip. She carried 24 officers, 396 enlisted, and approximately 900 troops. She was designed for transporting troops and equipment, also as a command center during operations and supporting troops during amphibious ops. Most of my time was spent at sea. I've seen many different countries and traveled oceans and seas. I've been to Lisbon, Portugal, Malaga, Venice, and Barcelona, Spain, Palermo, Sicily, Heraklion, Crete, Gold Cup, Turkey, Haifa, Israel, Bahrain, Abu Dhabi, Dubai, United Arab Emirates, Kuwait, Somalia, Straits of Gibraltar and the Suez Canal, traveled the Atlantic Ocean, the Mediterranean Sea, the Asian Sea, the Red Sea, the Arabian Sea, Persian Gulf, and crossed the equator 3 times. I was given some questions to help prepare for this speech. One was, are there any stories or situations that you look back on fondly? Seeing the bluest water in the world in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean, watching the sunrise over the horizon of the ocean, and working side by side by many different people from all over our country for one common goal. I remember wondering also why there were windshield wipers on the signal shack, which is located at the highest point of the structure of the ship. During rough seas crossing the Atlantic, I found out that the waves would actually splash clear over the ship. I also learned that you had to have a strong stomach to stay up there and never visit again during rough seas. I also learned why the term standby for heavy rolls while the ship comes about means. It meant hold on to your food when you're in the mess hall. The ship would lean enough that your food would slide across the table and land on the floor if you weren't hanging on to it. They also had seat belts in their beds, or racks, so you wouldn't fall out of bed during these times. I served from 1990 to 1994, active for the United States Navy, and completed 2 deployments, 2 engagements, Desert Storm and Restore Hope, enlisting in the United States Navy. Was one of the best things excuse me, I've ever done. I became more disciplined, responsible. I learned about life. I learned a trade, excuse me, that has provided for my family for 35 years. I learned how the world works outside my home. I learned why we are the greatest country in the world, and developed a strong pride for our country, our flag, and all the men and women who gave their time and lives to protect her. I learned not to take these freedoms we have for granted, and made lasting friendships that neither time nor distance can break. I'm very blessed to have been able to serve. It is important for people to serve our country and to protect the freedoms and principles of this great country. We are like no other country in the world, and please believe me when I say this. When I hear the words that Toby Keith sung, it really says it. When I see Old Glory flying, there are a lot of men dead, so we can sleep at night in peace at night when we lay down our head. It says it all. That flag still flies today because men and women stood up and served, everyone from top to bottom, who served and sacrificed so that our flag, a symbol of our freedoms and principles that many countries dislike, still stands. And that is why when that beautiful flag flies and the national anthem is played, respect should be given. Stand proud with your hand over your heart and look up at that flag and think about the sacrifices that were made so that flag and your freedom still stands. I'm blessed to be an American, and I'm thankful my family and children